Okay, I thought I'd give a little tour of the cars. This is the $700 Land Rover Discovery. I think it's pretty complete. This was damaged, sealed up. These wires need to be fixed. Paint on the roof, paint on the hood. Needs this trim piece right here. Let's see. It's not so bad. That window's not working. Might be fine, just need to be cleaned, who knows. Cleaned up real nice though. Cleaned up really nice. The rear tail light's messed up and the rear bumper is messed up. Works, but you know, cosmetic. Be nice to get a $200-300 metal one. This is the F-150 7700. Paint on the roof's bad. On the hood, I mean. Other than that, the paint's fine. It's pretty cool. It runs on CNG or gasoline. Well, I got to install the tailgate handle and then put the trim pieces back on. It's a pretty cool truck. So it's like a 250 and a 150 body. Oh, this beeping is going to drive me crazy. There we go. I brought this to the Walmart guys to do the tires, and he goes, "Oh, you can pull your key out while it's running, just like mine." I'm like, "What?" And ever since then, it's been beeping. So, yeah, Walmart tires, great job. These are seat covers that I got. I think around me in and out. I think they're pretty cool. Underneath them is relatively new seats that I got. The seat covers did not fit here, by the way, this thing, which I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, it's a nice truck. It's in great shape. Super reliable. I like getting timber with this one. I want to build a log cabin in the future, so I like to keep this one because it's very, very capable, and it'd be really expensive to replace because it's kind of like a unicorn truck because of how capable it is in its size. Downside, oh my God, does it suck gas. This thing you actually couldn't buy as a civilian. It sucked gas so bad. And the wires in it are illegal, toxic government wires that the mice don't like, unlike the soy-based wires that everything else pretty much has. Yeah, they would bring these to forestry stations and they'd have them to rescue little Ford Rangers when they get stuck. They're very capable. This is an 80s GMC square body diesel. I'm actually waiting for the paperwork from this old guy I got it from. He's a really cool guy. He's got over 100 vehicles. He kept this one on the farm and used it to move hay back and forth. Other than that, I pretty much just sat around. This thing needs dash. It needs lenses. It needs a dash. Missing that quarter window. Missing this window handle. Other than that, it's pretty complete. Sad part, you see that baby blue? I don't know if you can see some up here too. But there's that was the original color. There's that beautiful, beautiful baby blue. And they repainted the interior with this matte tan. Probably because he was in the desert. And yeah, I mean, it just looks like that tan's all metal that's supposed to be painted. The bottom of the doors, he painted over it with a different blue. Doesn't look as good. You can see part of it in places. Let's see, there you go. See that really nice, it's that old cool teal color. Sky blue or whatever. It runs, it starts. I took the bolts off for this thing. And this. Figure if they're staying on, they need to get painted. I think these are original because I'd say like 90% of the trucks I've seen have these on it. So they must have been like a factory option that just came with all the packages or whatever. This is an 8-lug. It's a diesel. It's a big truck. It's got the dual exhaust. It starts right up. It drives, got good brakes. The tires are relatively nice. But when we drove back and forth, you can see some of the blue poke out too. Look at that. What a pretty color that was. So I think the idea would be to buff this up and get it ready for paint. Paint it back the original blue. Try to set it up in the garage. These are supposed to be chrome. This and this and this. This is supposed to be chrome. All the parts for this are readily available, which is really cool. They're like old Mustangs. You can get everything for it. You can get different grills. You can get a billet grill. It's like solid metal. I think this is plastic, but I think it's original too. But they make everything for these trucks. They are cool. It's got a dent in the door. That's the downside here. It's got to be fixed. A couple dents in the bed you could try to hammer out, but I don't think it's worth spending a ton of time on. If anything, you're better off painting it. And then in these runners, putting pieces of wood, I think it's like 1.5 inch, something like that. Maybe 1 3/4. I don't know, but I'd put wood stripping in here and have the blue exposed. That baby blue, I think that'd look better. Paint these stainless. New chrome bumper. For the back, it's like $200. For the front's like $200. It's, get new lights too. They're all faded. I think it really pop. It'd be a beautiful truck. Like I said, runs, starts right up. This window's missing. Everything for this is like at most $200 or less. Like this whole window assembled is $200. I think like the whole floors are $200. Like everything at most is $200. It's weird. They're cool trucks. Dog hair in the back of my throat here. This is a CNG Crown Vic. This is cool. I've driven in this a bunch. CNG in Riverside's like $1.50 a gallon. It's got the double bench seats. Super cool. It's in great condition. I love this thing. It sat here for a while after I got hit by the truck, and mouse got in there, was living in there, ate some wires. I haven't figured out where yet. I really like this thing. It'd be nice to get it going. It's basically the same motor, I think, as that. Yeah, this is a great car. It's big, it's comfy. It doesn't get the best gas mileage, but you don't care because it's so cheap. It's like driving around in the 90s or something. It's awesome. Like, the funny thing too, the safest gas stations you'll ever go to in your whole life, because all the municipal CNG gas stations are cop cars. So it's just you and the cops filling up with gas. It's kind of cool, So I traded the big blue truck, my solar panels, for that. I got that for $700. I got the blue truck back in the day for $1,500. $1,200 for the Crown Vic. I traded my old grow lights for this 4Runner, and that was $1,500. This thing is very straight, very nice. It had blown head gaskets. Thought could maybe replace them. No way. That motor's seized. A motor at the junkyard for one of these is like $500. You can find them used running for as low as $350 sometimes. A rebuild kit, a complete motor rebuild kit's $500. It includes like everything. The seats are messed up. Seats for this aren't bad. You can find them at a junkyard, limiteds. Same with this thing. Other than that, the rest of the interior looks really nice. It's pretty much stock, just not clean. Needs to be cleaned, but needs a motor. Like, really. My buddy's really good with this. My buddy Josh, he's like a pro mechanic. And especially with the Asian cars, he can do them with his eyes closed. Paint's not so great. Idea we probably get matching Mako paint job, It's the 5-speed. I don't know if you saw that, but pretty rare. 4-cylinder 5-speed, so it actually gets good gas mileage. They're pretty cool when they're going. But we could even put the V6 with the 4x4 in it. There's so many of these available at the junkyard. It would blow your mind. People have them and they get smashed. That's what you're looking for. If you need a motor, get one that's been smashed in the rear, or like T-boned or something. The motor was good. That wasn't what was happened. It got smashed. You need something where you need body panels. Get one with a blown motor. You'll see them at the junkyard. You find one that's perfect. Must be a motor problem. Get the panels off of that. They're cool. They're readily available. This is an Rx400h. Paint on the hood's bad. This starts right up. It drives a bunch. It has a bad radiator fan assembly, which is the plastic that goes on the radiator that holds the fans. They snapped. The fan motors popped out. It was a whole little nightmare. I didn't even notice anything wrong with it. Wasn't throwing a code. Because it's a hybrid, the motor turns on and off all the time. Didn't overheat. I've driven this to LA and back. I've driven to Palm Springs. It's a cool ride. It is perfect inside. Well, let me show you all the parts I got for it. I got everything for all of its services. There's a water pump. There's a timing belt. These are control arms with the ball joints, the lower control arms, which is supposedly like an 8-hour job. I did not know that when I got these. All the fluids. I've done all the filters for it. Everything for its service that should have been done has now, like by the time I'm done with this, will have been done. And this has some cool features. This is automatic, by the way. You can like push buttons that'll go up and down, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's cool. If you're short, you just touch a button, or if your hands are full. This thing, you take the headrest off, you move the seat all the way forward, put it all the way back. They become beds. The seats are perfect. The interior is relatively perfect. It's got a couple little marks, but some loose leather, but it is really nice. It is really nice. And like I say, I've driven a bunch. It's good gas mileage. Those radiator fans need to be done, though. Oh, it's a little dirty. Yeah, I got to clean that up. We took this on quite some adventures when Josh was here, before we realized just how the cooling system was non-existent. So no AC the whole ride back. That was sweaty and fun. Yeah, so some cool cars. Everything's, I don't know, I like everything I have. I like, so that's something. Nothing like working on something you don't enjoy. But this got a cheap paint job, like $20 rattle can touch up, and can't really tell. It looks great from a distance. It used to be the CEO of what was it, US Air Conditioning. It's a pretty cool car. Yeah, I really like this one. I really like all of them. The truck took a minute or two to grow on me. I love that baby blue it used to be. And if you see what they look like when they're done with the baby blue and everything chrome, oh, beautiful truck. Beautiful. And they're super reliable. There's stories of these things going to 500,000, 750,000 miles and going. Like, these diesels are what they end up. They changed some stuff, gave it a little bit bigger displacement. But this is what they put in the Humvee. They're reliable. And I don't know if you know anything about the Humvee, but that thing will run on anything. It'll run on like cooking fuel, jet fuel, like anything. It's probably running gunpowder. Like, it's crazy. Most reliable stuff they make for the military a lot of times. Yeah, I like these things. Hopefully this video isn't super long and doesn't let it upload, but yeah, thanks for checking out my cars.